So, the 3-year preparation for the deadly Conor McGregor's return to the UFC circus has officially failed. Okay guys, Conor McGregor pulled out of UFC 303 due to injury, said Dana White.
Alright guys, here I am again. Conor McGregor is out of 303 versus Michael Chandler with an injury. The new main event is Alex Pereira, former not only UFC middleweight champion, he's also the first and only fighter to win both middleweight and light heavyweight titles in UFC history. He also did it in the shortest amount of time. He did it in 736 days and 7 fights. He finished 7 of 9 wins by knockout, which is a 78% finish rate, and won 10 of his last 11 fights, and he is facing former UFC light heavyweight champion Jiri Prochazka, who has an unbelievable 23 first-round wins. He has 25 by knockout, 3 by submission. That is a 97% finish rate. The co-main event will be number 3 ranked Brian Ortega, who has the second most finishes in featherweight history and the second most submissions in featherweight history. He won Performance of the Night 8 times, and he will be taking on rising superstar Diego Lopes. He has 22 of his 24 wins coming by finish with 10 knockouts and 12 submissions. That's a 92% finish rate. Also, Jamal Hill is out with a knee injury. So, Carlos Ulberg, who is 11-1 and has 6 first-round finishes with 7 wins by knockout and 2 wins by submission and an 82% finish rate, and he's on a 6-fight win streak, will now be taking on Anthony Smith. He has 21 first-round finishes, 19 wins by knockout, 15 by submission, and ladies and gentlemen, that's a 90% finish rate. So, it has been a crazy week here at UFC. That is the new lineup for UFC 303. I'll see you guys in Vegas.
In general, the UFC has a new rule. In any unclear situation, put Alex Pereira in the main fight. The guy has already fit into UFC 300. Now he will got to save UFC 303. What do we end up with is in question. Chandler waited a year and a half for his chance and was left with nothing, perhaps having roosted here. The fans were cheated twice. First they made a fuss about Mac's return to the UFC, and now they are lying on their ears that we will get a mega rematch of 2 phenomenal fighters. In fact, there are only a few days left before the tournament. That is, there can be no talk of any preparation for the fight at all. A camp of 2 months is required, much less preparation for a specific opponent. The guys will simply get off the couch and quickly start cutting weight. This is not a fight at all, this is a mockery of the fighters, the fans and MMA. However, it has long become the norm for the UFC to abuse all this.
It has been a crazy week here at UFC. That is the new lineup for UFC 303. I'll see you guys in Vegas.